Matches, a match to determine third place and, of course, the grand final. But first, let us remind you what happened yesterday and let us see the video about team's path for today. Four teams, $50,000 and only one champion title. It all will end today. We will know the name of the World Championship of Point Blank World Challenge. So let's meet the first pair who will fight here on this stage, first semi-final. And the first team is Znation, Russia. And their opponents, Ice Esports Club, Turkey. Давайте еще раз поприветствуем обе команды бурными аплодисментами, друзья. Let's welcome again both teams. We wish them, I believe we wish them all the luck. Guys, you can shake your hands now and take your seats. Можете пожать руки и занимать свои игровые места. Поддерживаем, друзья! It's very important to stay positive in this moment. So, first semifinals. Please, we go back to our casters. Let's see this first game of the day.
All right, welcome back, you guys, to the Point Blank World Challenge 2017 in Moscow, Russia. I am Joshua Kim, and with me is Sean Kwan. Yeah. Today is an awesome day, especially after those group matches yesterday.
Best of one. Today we have best of threes for the semifinals and the finals. The first match, as you guys just saw on screen, is Ice Nation versus Ice Esports Club versus Znation.
Right, and it's going to be extremely exciting because we did not know who's going to come up in the semifinals when the broadcast was done yesterday, because there was a little bit of a technical difficulty in the fact that normally if you have the most points and wins, then that's when you go up. But if you are tied with the winning points, then you have to go into rounds. But this time around, they had the same amount of rounds won. Actually, no, that's not true. Ice Esports had 30 rounds won, but they also had 30 losses.
Yeah,
same thing with Brazil. They had 28 rounds won, but they had 28 rounds lost as well. So it's not just about rounds. It's about the win-loss ratio. And it happened to be the same. Yeah. And then they went into who had the most kills, but that took a while to figure out, apparently.
Yeah. And apparently, Ice Esports Club had 217 kills, and Black Dragons 208.
Yeah, I know.
So it wasn't very close. It's pretty close.
It's extremely close
because it's in the hundreds. So only how many difference? Seven difference. Nine. Yeah, I can't do math.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but 9 kill difference. That's not.
That's just one guy who wants to go off and just get a lot of kills. But I have to say, it's just a little bit disappointing when I definitely predicted that they had to get at least one round. Those 2 rounds against, I'm pretty sure it was for the win.
Yes, it was. When they were, I think, if I remember correctly, it was either 8-1 or 9-1. And then they just needed to take one more round for a 10-1 win. And they gave them 1 round. So we're like, all right, so 9-2. Just take the next one, and then they gave another round,
Right.
which made it 9-3, and then they took the round.
That was crucial because that's the reason why they tied for the win-loss ratio.
Yeah.
I mean, I had friends in Brazil. They were also casting Point Blank, and they would message me and be like, "Oh my God, do you know what happened to Brazil?" I was like, "We don't know either. We're waiting." And it turns out that it was a sad day for the fans and friends and family in Brazil.
Yep.
But let's put that behind us. And for next year, I'm sure that will be a catalyst, some momentum to push them forward and not make those mistakes again.
Yeah. And well, for today in the semifinals, we will have map bans. We'll have map teams will choose ban. So it'll be much more interesting today compared to yesterday's best out of one.
Exactly. And most likely, we will not just see a 2-0 blowout. These teams, I mean, especially Ice Nation and Russia.
You got
I
it.
caught it. You sent it. Ice Esports or Keskin. I'll call him Keskin. Ice Esports. They definitely worked very hard to get up to the point that they are in. Meanwhile, I'm not going to take anything away from Znation. However, I feel like their group stages were a little bit easy for them, except for Endeavor.
Yeah.
Right, except for Endeavor, but it was a little bit easy for them, so who knows which way it's going to go. We're going to go to see our map picks now, or map bans, rather.
Yep.
Let's see what the first map is going to be banned. It is Znation to pick.
Well, so this is how it's going to work. There's total of 6 maps, and one team is going to ban one map and then choose a map, which will get rid of 2 maps. So, and then the next team... All right, so there it is. Oh,
there we go. Yes,
There's
see?
Luxville.
I told you, nobody likes Luxville. So
All right, the first ban is Luxville.
Ice Esports banning Luxville. I'm sure it's a big thank you to Znation because, I mean, like, if they didn't ban it, I'm sure Russia would have banned it.
Yeah. So, apparently there's going to be 2 bans first. So one ban, and there's another ban, Safe House.
see.
All right, the complicating, the sharp corner.
Right,
map.
exactly. Very colorful, and the CIAs living everywhere, like you mentioned yesterday.
Safe houses.
The safe houses. But yeah, Safe House isn't really a favorite out of everybody.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy Safe House.
Yeah, as a viewer or as a caster, it is very fun and interesting to watch because there's so many possibilities and ways to engage your opponent.
But at the same time, you have maps like Downtown or Midtown, even Sandstorm, where you're it's a little bit easier to plan around and expect things. And so the first pick will be Midtown, exactly, where you feel comfortable and have played in as much as you have throughout this career of Point Blank. So that will be our first pick.
All right. And the next pick will go to Znation, which will be the second round. And
the decider will be
the decider will be random, as well as the starting side.
Exactly.
So whether what team will be attack or defense, it'll be a coin toss, and that'll be chosen from the 2 maps that is left over out of all the bans and the picks that were gone. So there won't be any overlapping maps.
Yep.
Oh, and the second pick is Storm Tube.
You sound so excited.
Yes. My personal favorite.
Exactly. But, I mean, we would like to see Stormtube in Indonesia versus, Indonesia versus Thailand.
Well, yeah.
However,
Signature versus Endeavor.
However, I mean, it's still nice to see in this matchup as well. Let's see who will come out and take those sniper picks. I'm sure they want some sniping presence in the Stormtube map. But before we get there, let's see where they're going to play first. They are playing in Midtown, so who will decide the side? We will see.
They might show us a deciding map just in case they go, because they don't want to cut off the momentum in the middle. So they'll probably show us the last map that they will be playing, and this is totally random. All right, Sandstorm. There's only 2 maps to be chosen from. So
for the rest of it, yeah. However, like I did mention before, I mean, I'm not sure if we will end up going to the decider, but I think we will. Because it's just, we don't have that much information on Znation. Like I said before, they played against Endeavor, and that was their hardest team. Everyone else was somewhat of a bye. Anti-Frag, definitely not one of the strongest teams, along with Lucchini being their first matchup against this fresh, young team. And then their last matchup, well, they already secured the spot, so it wasn't that big of a deal at that point, but they still won it, so...
Yeah, very well played, Znation, even though they... Like you said, okay, so we are already in our first round.
Oh, wow, that was pretty quick. Okay, well, let's get into it right away. We see ICE Esports on the CT4 side already applying pressure on the B site. And now we got Felarcone just applying some suppressing fire for his teammate. And Nighthawk and John K, the only casualties so far. No deaths, but it's a very aggressive start to the day.
All right, so they are holding position, even though they took some hit.
Right, Johnny, you know, just suppressing fire for a little bit, just letting everybody know he's there. But towards B, CT4 has pushed up pretty far up, not allowing any entrance. Same with mid. The smoke has gone away, and now they will try to get a little bit more information, try to get into position.
Yeah, I hope you guys will be aware that, you know, all these teams have made it through the group. This is the semifinals, so they're not going to make any rapid move, hastily move in or rush in without any information.
Right.
So you see, okay, the first kill comes out by Be Quiet.
Okay, right now
Another
it's going
kill.
back and forth. We did not get to see the minimap as quickly as we could, but right now some action is towards A at this point. They're going to try to push forward into this cafe, but it looks as if ICE is taking advantage of the numbers. But they're going back and forth. ICE able to get that nade kill just to try to secure an advantage still, and thankfully for them, they are able to make it 2-1. Now it's just John K on his own from Znation. This Russian team, the only Russian team that made it up, he's going to try and sneak around, hopefully get a bomb plant, and make these isolated one-on-one encounters.
With 10 health.
Right.
Well, anyways, yeah, on ICE, Be Quiet took 3 down for the team, and then, you know, died. You know, it's a 2v1. I took down 3. You guys could take out 1
But
with 10 health.
At the same time, those nades have to be reckoned with. Unfortunately. So he does go and drop down the bomb at B site, and now they know they got information. Razorcone rushing forwards, and he knows he has information. He's going to try to get a pick-off as quickly as possible. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to see him yet. John K trying to get into position, trying to avoid those windows, and he finally gets to see John K. And he's able to get a kill onto Felarcone. Now it's a one-on-one. He just needs to stay safe for now. He's only got 10 health, and John K does not know.
He wants that headshot. That's
where he is. He switches.
All right, 70 seconds left. More than enough time to defuse the bomb. Very, very well played considering he had 10 health and he was staying calm, aiming for the head. Unfortunately, at the end, he got headshotted, but he took out one. He took down one.
Exactly. He did get himself into that position, so I have to give him props. But at the same time, I always feel like you can play a little bit more defensively after the bomb is planted.
Yeah.
He did peek. I mean, had he won, it could have gone the other way, and you know he beat the hero. But at this point, he did lose the first round. Not that big of a deal. We still have a long best of 3 ahead of us, so we will see how that goes.
All right, here we go. Johnny K taking a little damage, not too much. But if you notice, they do exchange fire, but you don't see a quick kill within like 10 seconds.
Right.
They are they're playing it very safe. They don't push. They know they want to hold position.
Wasili pushing up after that smoke, and he's trying to get into position to try to get a flank. A nade dropping forward, but not getting too many players. Maybe a little bit of damage there. But Wasili did push up forward towards A long. Wasili getting that kill, and now it's a trade-off back from Wesiana.
Yes. It's a one-to-one trade. We're not gonna be seeing too many double kills by double solo kills. But here we go, Wesiana. Another one.
And just as you mentioned that, he goes ahead and gets a triple kill and enables the team to get the advantage, getting that headshot at the end. Very quick pace. Once you get that advantage, you'll try to snowball it and go and get those players that are out of position.
Yeah, Wesiana, thank you for proving me wrong. Right when I say it, you get a double, triple kill.
You're just like, shut up. And then went and got a triple kill. It was really, really nice to see Wasili especially engaging and getting that opening frag, pushing up towards this long A corridor. I'm not sure if he's going to go and try that again.
Yeah, you just saw Raiden in early game spamming near the cafe or this wine barrel place. That is actually one of the places where the blue side rushes in to hold the position. But if he's spamming there and they run through it, that's actually the headshot line. Right. So you don't want to hastily rush in without any information if you're on the blue side.
All right, Nate coming in, almost catching Gentile, but he's like, no, I'm going to step back. That's okay. Wesiana opening up with a headshot onto Wasili.
Yeah.
The veteran is gone, and Wesiana is definitely feeling happy right now.
Znation, 5-man alive. Ice, one man down. Nighthawk took more than 50% damage. It's not looking good.
But on the other side, John K is also low in the 40% range. At this level of the competition, 4v5 is still doable. Just as I say that, Be Quiet evens it up and makes it a 4v4. And Fellarcon goes up with Nighthawk and 2 headshots back to back.
Another one by Nighthawk, making it 4-0.
Exactly.
I was going to say 4 versus 1, and then, you know,
see,
as I was speaking.
The best part about Point Blank is there's no time to breathe.
Yeah.
Once you do get that opening pick, you sort of have a better idea of where everybody is, and you go in and be a little bit more aggressive. And however, this time around, I just feel like the peaks were a little bit luckier on
the Ice side.
Ice esports side. No, I keep saying Ice Nation in my head now after you. But smokes are down towards this A site. Trying to get a little bit more defensive here.
Nighthawk took a lot of damage. However, John K is down, as well as Gentile.
Yeah, Be Quiet and Nighthawk going crazy right now with 5 and 4 kills apiece. Meanwhile, there's only 3 people alive now. Johnny was at full health, but completely going down by Wasili and Be Quiet right now. Together, they are being disgusting.
Yes, they are being disgusting. And Wesiana, the only guy with 6 kills, but he ends up dying without any help from his teammates.
Exactly. I do have to mention, though, Wasili only has 2 kills, but it's the fact that he has this presence. He's very, he has his aura, this confidence that it doesn't really matter whether or not he gets kills. He does suppress the opponent just with his presence. We saw that before when he got that opening kill going in and pushing up the A quarter, and he's doing that again. Meanwhile, Fellarcon over here towards B in sight. See, Wasili getting the headshot. Another nade. His positioning and his game sense is just off the charts.
If you notice, Ice's kill score is starting to even up. But if you notice, Znation, it's so different. The lowest kill is 1. The highest kill is 6. The difference in the lowest and the top, the most kills, there's too much of a gap. They have to close it up. You know, show us that, you know, the team is stable all around.
Right.
But
it's at 4-1 right now and definitely is not stable. You want to get at least one more round in this first half, then you have something to work with when you switch over onto the CT4 side. And Znation is at its wit's end. But, however, he does get a kill onto Be Quiet. Getting the top fragger out of the round is going to be a huge advantage.
Yes. And Znation, just looking at the score, they came up here with 4 and 0 losses.
Gentile getting another kill. Another. That's going to be triple kill for Gentile. Fellarcon, however, following it up with 2 headshots in a row. Now it's going to be a 3v2. Bomb is going to be planted, so it's going to be a bigger advantage for Z-Nation side, but they cannot feel safe at this point. Razor Cone definitely showing up very big yesterday. Is going to go down, and Raiden getting that double.
Yeah, Josh, I think Z-Nation heard you saying, you know, take at least one more round, and they just did, making it 4-2.
Right, their gameplay has been a little bit on the introverted side. They felt a little timid in the beginning, but now they realize that, you know, it's now or nothing. You have to be a little bit more aggressive, and I feel some teams are kind of sloppy with their aggression, but once you're up at this point in the tournament, you are allowed to be aggressive. I feel like they have that finesse to be able to not go in recklessly, but still apply pressure.
Yeah, so they have to be able to decide if they're going to fully commit or not. You can't be half and half.
All right, Be Quiet definitely did get some vision behind that tank, threw some nades just to get some pressure, and he does get that kill onto Wesiana, and he's going to look farther ahead. Wasili getting a headshot elsewhere on the map.
Double kill on Wasili.
And Be Quiet and Wasili together, they're just a force to be feared at this point. Now, that's the entire team, just from Wasili and Fellarcon on their own.
Yeah, if you notice, Be Quiet's peeking through the barrels. If someone's already there and you are coming from the red side and you don't have the position in ready, you're gonna get shot first.
Exactly.
And that's what Be Quiet took advantage of. He took down 2 members from, you know, peeking through the barrels.
Right, he did a very good job to get that information. I would have to say Z-Nation, they should have been a little bit more patient on the nades. They popped up out of the tank, from behind the tank, and just gave away where they were, and knew that they were a little bit out of position with the timing, and Wasili and Fellarcon just went in to clean it up, and it was great to see. Also because I would have to say Ice Esports did not make any mistakes being aggressive, and that's the kind of stuff that you want to see. Now they switch sides. We will see how Ice is going to play on this Free Rebel side, which is arguably a little bit more difficult. Meanwhile, I would like to see, I feel like how far you push up forward is a testament to the team's personality when you're on this CT4 side.
All right, first kill goes out, and Be Quiet is taken out, and
along with Razor Cone, Westiana doing a good job. Raiden getting that nade, good position, and look how far they're pushed up. We got Johnny and Raiden up inside the B side over here.
They are playing the 2-1-2. However, Fellocorn takes one down. This is going back and forth.
Right, and you want to see Johnny step back a little bit. Westiana also getting a headshot.
And another.
And Johnny getting that nade. So it's going to be Nighthawk fighting for his life at this point against 4 Russians in this map called Midtown.
And if it just seems as if Znation is more confident on the CT4 side.
Exactly. Johnny definitely getting that flank and securing the first round, making it a 3-5. They're able to start this comeback. CT Force feeling much more comfortable coming out from Znation.
Yeah. And on the Free Rebel side, Ice, they have to be able to pick off, but they can't let Znation get into position like they did when they were on the CT4 side.
Right, the smoke to cover out the B side doors. Now we see Znation getting that positioning yet again. Johnny getting shot at through the doors by Razor Cone and Feather Cone. Not able to push up too far yet. Mid also being suppressed, and it looks as if Ice is playing it safe.
Yeah, they are trying to do some wall shots, but nobody is taking damage on either side.
Right, they do not want anybody to go through that fire and prevent any aggressive positioning. We have 3 over here, but Gentile gets a headshot onto Wasili.
Yeah, Znation looking definitely looking confident on this CT4 side. Look at their positioning. They just always have that 2-on-2 set up perfectly.
Exactly. Now the 2 on B side have pushed up forward. We need to be worried about the flank for Ice at this point. But they are caught up here. They're trying to push on forward to the A site. And now is the time. The smokes are in place.
Yeah,
but the wall shots back and forth. Yeah, John K able to clean it up as well from the stairs. And now it's just nobody left.
Yeah, Gentile finishes it up with the double kill. Yeah, Znation looking, oh gosh, they like on the Free Rebel side, I was like, oh, why is Znation not, playing as well as yesterday? They came up here 4-0, and when they changed to the CT4 side, now we see why they are so scary and how they made it up here into the semifinals with 0 losses.
Exactly. Now blowing down the windows just because,
they get in your way.
Yeah, you don't like windows. Why would you ever have windows? I don't get it, especially when you're shooting things. So we are looking at a similar scenario as the last round, suppressing fire just to make sure that they do not push up any further towards here in B site. Emergency exit only, but they are going to enter as well.
All right, that nade just gave some information that one is in.
Right, exactly.
In the wine.
The wine cellar, the wine bar. Oh, and he does come out. A great situation where you come out, and that's perfect timing. That's game sense at its best.
Yeah. So he expected somebody to be peeking that door, and he just pre-fired as he peeked, and he got that headshot.
Right, and you would expect Ice to be able to cover fire and at least get a one-on-one trade, but that wasn't the case. Johnny doing a really good job staying alive with only 71 HP, keeping B-side very safe. Meanwhile, mid and A, they're having a good time. Oh, however, they do enter and get rid of Johnny. Raiden comes up and tries to clean it up, and he does with 2 headshots. And John K also avenging his brother's death of Johnny.
Yeah, Raiden double kill, John K double kill. Very clean play by Znation, and their positioning is awesome right now. The Ice has no chance of breaking through the wine cellar, but they continuously try to get in there.
Ooh. All right, so this plan is not working out for Ice. They tried to rush in, and they got killed twice. However, the Wasili and Nighthawk were able to counter it up. But as soon as they saw those immediate double kills, we saw Znation follow up and be like, no, we cannot let this momentum, this pendulum swing to the other side, and prevented that swing in momentum. So I'm really glad to see that Znation are being able to come back.
Yeah, and now Ice and Znation are tied. No, Znation actually is up 6-5 right now.
And Gentile doing a great job shooting through that those barrel shelves and getting a wall shot, technically.
All right, here we go. Another All right, this is a 1-2-1 trade. However, they got one man down ahead of time, so there's two down. So it's 4 versus 3 now, 4 versus 2.
And they are going to try to be aggressive and run in, but Raiden already has sights onto the entrance of the B site. However, Fellarcone is able to get him away. Fellarcone doing a really good job staying alive.
Yeah, and he has almost full health, 2v1.
The nade all the way over to Weziana. Weziana does have sights on him, and now he has to check over here by the sniper's nest. Yeah, ducking down, trying to avoid Weziana from the far side. And he knows someone's going to start to try and rotate to get the flank, so he'll try to pick him off, isolate this one-on-one, and see if he can go and plant the bomb. He still has 2 minutes left on the clock. It can definitely be done.
Yeah, enough time to pick one off and then go for that 1v1.
Exactly.
How is this going to work? But Znation, if you noticed, we thought on the map he was going to flank, but they just called him back. Let's stay together. It seems as if they are grouping up right now, trying to keep it and make it a 2v1.
Which is a smart choice. You always, in a 2v1 situation, want to stick together. That way, if one gets killed, you are able to trade off and just win off of eliminations. So you do give up that bomb site presence on both sides. But that, I feel, is the most efficient and necessary way to get a safer win.
Yeah. And Fellarcone has got the bomb down, and now they are Gentile and Weziana are going to move together, try to give out information. If one dies, as you said, the other one will cover fire. Right,
exactly. So Fellarcone and Razorcone are the top fraggers right now, so they are completely capable of getting, or Fellarcone is capable of getting this 1v2. The most important thing is his positioning. He needs to get into a point where he's able to... There we go, and he does get that. Now he has to play it safe. He knows that he either has to defuse, but he does get that double kill. We saw the aggression coming out from Znation, and now Ice cleans it up and makes it an even 6-6 in rounds.
This is the map that Ice picked. So they have to have, different kind of strategies, ways to go through the bomb sites, special positions that, Znation wouldn't expect. This is the map they chose, they are confident in, but they get picked off right off the bat.
Now, Fellarcone played that perfectly, I'd have to say. He knows that if he could just stay in the room, wait for the sound of the defuse, and then go and do exactly what he did prior to that one-on-one standoff. But he also knows that the enemy knows that, and therefore he'll try and go to get that pick. Yeah, he'll try and go for that pick, and he was ready for it, and he got it. Now let's go into this next round. It is 6-6. Wasili going down first, along with Raiden, so it's back to a 4v4. It is even. We see Ice pushing up towards these B doors as close as possible, trying to be a little bit more aggressive, throwing in nades to get more position. But we do see that it's proving to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, we see them trying to break through this wine cellar once again. We see Razorcone camping right outside the door, and
also Fellarcone looking down the sights. The barrel is right in the way. They cannot see each other, but they are right across from each other.
So he is basically trying to bait someone out. If you want to walk out and peek me, I'm alone.
Meanwhile, Be Quiet is in base trying to see if anyone's at mid, and Johnny is able to be ready for that entrance, and he's going to go and get sights on 2 players, and they know that they've got everybody outside the B doors. Now it's either a rotate or commit.
Yep, there may be a flank, however, there isn't yet, and it's a 4v3 with Fellarcone with probably around 5 to 10% health left.
Oh, and the nade coming out by B and getting Be Quiet down. Johnny also getting a kill onto Fellarcone. Now it's just one man left over here. Nighthawk trying to do something, but he can't.
7-6.
Exactly. I would have expected them to try to make some noise over there on A site to pretend like they're rotating and switching on over, but nobody was fooled on Znation. They knew to continue to suppress fire onto those B doors and clean it up.
Yeah, and Znation takes the first map. Unfortunately for Ice, the map they chose, they lost in. Right. And now we are going to be going into the map that Znation chose, which is Storm 2.
Oh boy. And it does not matter how many rounds you take this time around. It is a best of 3. So if you just win one of the maps, regardless of how you do, it's good for you. I mean, like, totally rounds don't matter.
Yeah, it's totally fine. But, Ice could take away Znation's map, and they could tie it up 1v1. We never know, because all 4 of these teams, they are formidable. They have worked their way up. Nobody had a free bracket. Nobody had 4 buy rounds. Exactly. Everybody worked their way up. Znation 4-0. What is it? Ice Esports, they made it 2-2,
but won by rounds. No, they won by kills.
But that also explains that they are able to kill.
Yeah, exactly.
Their aim is good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
So now the next map will be Stormtube, which was chosen by Znation and one of my personal favorite maps. So I'm so excited. And if you just noticed that the past, what map was it? Sandstorm? Midtown. I'm sorry. Midtown. We noticed that it wasn't too one-sided. It ended up being 7-6. So both the teams are very formidable. They're very close in skill levels.
Especially Znation coming back from a 5-2 deficit, although the CT4 side is a little bit more favored. They still were able to come back from 3 rounds down and go out for the win.
Yeah, they actually took the win when they were down from the start. First half, they could have been tilted. This just shows how, their mind, the mentality is solid. They are able to keep cool and just, we have a chance. Don't give up. And then ended up taking the win.
Right, and I'm sure the fans are going crazy live in the stadium, rooting for their hometown team. So it's good to see that. But it is best of 3. If Ice comes back and wins it, we are going to our third set, and we will see where it will go. But Stormtube, we do not know which side it will go. Who has the better sniper? If they are going to pull out snipers, if they aren't, it's just going to be a bloodbath.
I'm hoping that they want to, and my personal, I hope they force a sniper out.
Yeah.
At least one sniper on each. Well, you can only have one sniper, so yeah, one sniper each. But
all right. Looks as if we are going to go on stage. We are in Stormtube, 15 minutes away. Let's check this out. Wasili getting the first shot. Nighthawk opening it up with his friend. And now it's going to be a trade-off as well as Znation and Johnny also clean up Ice. Now it's a 3v1. Back and forth. Oh, and Be Quiet getting the headshot, jumping down from the platform. He's going to be able to do this if he puts his mind to it. He has the bomb as well, as long as he gets a plant and avoids this subway train, which does get you an environmental. He just got sights and knows where Znation is. He needs to be careful at this point.
He doesn't want to hastily go to the bomb site and plant the bomb. He wants to take his time since it's a 2v1. He wants to pick one off because this is such a fast, you're able to rotate fast. So even if you do plant the bomb, there's so much time for both of them to come. So, usually you would want to make it into a 1v1 situation or an even number situation before you get the bomb down.
Right. And, Stormtube isn't the most easy to work around in terms of bomb sites. You get the bomb plant down, and you want to create these one-on-one situations where you isolate yourself. Yeah. But it's not the easiest to do because you got 3 different openings and entrances to worry about, and also very hard to plant the bomb in an open area. So we'll see how Be Quiet's going to be able to maneuver about this.
All right. He ends up planting the bomb.
You can hide behind here, but everybody knows that most of the time you hide here.
Well, so there isn't too much other, you can go into vents, but that'll create the vent breaking sound and it'll give information. So he just wants to try to stay here and be able to pick one off. And he is looking through the CCTVs, but sees no one.
The observer giving us a little bit. He does get sights, and he's able to try to get some shots off, and he does suppress fire onto the vents, but there you go. It's going to be hard to be able to defend against this crossfire. And I would say Znation, very basic and very standard 2v1 approach, but
going in at the same time from different places. So, you definitely get the information right off the bat. You don't have to hear your teammates saying, I died here. Instead, you can just, apply it right away, and that's how they did it. Westnaya going in with Gentile at the same time.
Meanwhile, Be Quiet definitely making it hard for them because he did get a pick. However, Znation going off, getting a double kill onto Wasili as well. Be Quiet getting 2 for his own with a nade, and Raiden trying to clean it up and be like, stop that, Raiden. You're not allowed to do that. Not Raiden. Quiet, Be Quiet.
Yeah, but anyways, now it's a 3v2. Znation is constantly starting with the advantage in the beginning when they do engage at the start. And right now it becomes 3v1.
Right, Znation with the 4 kills down first. And now we get to see a 1v2 yet again. Fellarcone on his own. Let's see how he's going to do this. Will he be able to pull it off yet again? Yeah. Well, for the first time,
for the first time. He is planning and doing the same thing. But he is going to position himself somewhere else.
Oh,
but he gets picked!
He gets seen. He tried to be sneaky, but it does not work.
Yeah, he planted the bomb. He slowly moved up, but there's still 25 seconds. So this map, you know, like, it would have been better if he was able to pick one off, play the clock out a little bit, because there's still 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock.
Right, but what can you do when you have 52 health left against 2 players? I mean, that's what you expect. You know, the next level gameplay, the next level like mental fortitude. Yeah. But I mean, if you want to go for it, you gotta go for it. And he tried it. Unfortunately, he got seen and got picked off.
Znation's map choice. We're on Storm Tube, and they are ahead 2-0.
Looking very comfortable at this point. You just gotta be careful of those nades because you don't know where it's going to come from with these smokes. And we do see Be Quiet opening it up. Ice getting that first blood for the first time.
Yeah, usually it is. He almost got
yeah. That was a close call. Raiden able to get Wasili from across the map, and it's a 4v4.
Yeah, and we didn't see. Ooh, nice pick by Gentile.
Right inside the vents. And we didn't get to see it. Yes, as you mentioned, it was observing elsewhere. But now there's a lot of aggression coming out within the vents. He's able to get that pick off. He thought he was sneaky, but Ice getting 3 kills right after one of each other. Now it's Be Quiet versus John K. Just going to be a duel. Just barely missed him from across the platform.
I was just about to say, when it was a 2v1, 2 for Ice, this was the first round where Ice actually had more men alive compared to Znation. But now it ended up being even, and they are looking through the CCTVs.
Now it's a 1v1, and if it's a 1v1, you want plant here just to get better positioning. If it's a 2v1 situation, it's a little bit easier to try to get an isolated pick. But now we get to see it. The knife is out. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. And Ice getting their first round finally.
So they read each other. He was trying to flank around. However, Ice was like, yeah, I know you're going to flank around, so I'm going to be in the back, wait for you to come out of that subway. And that is exactly what happened.
Right. It's 1-2. It feels like it's been so many more rounds, but it hasn't, only 3. And Ice is able to, you know, even it up. But Znation, Raiden, he's not allowing any further advancements. And he's going to try to get as many kills as possible. Johnny also enlarging that gap. But Be Quiet is not going to allow that at all. So the Johnny brothers are going down. It's 3v3.
And unfortunately, I want to see some environmental kills, but there hasn't been one yet.
There shouldn't be any,
yeah,
to be
there
honest,
shouldn't be, but I want to see it.
Gentile getting a headshot onto Nighthawk, making it a 3v2, and now it's completely doable. We just have to play it quietly, safely, and defensively for Znation's side. Yeah, now, meanwhile...
Be Quiet taking some damage across the map from Westiana.
Right. Oh no, that is not a good sign. Raiden taking out Be Quiet. Be Quiet should have helped out Razorcomb plant the bomb over here at A and enforce that defensive play, but instead gets picked off from across the map, and now it's 1v3. There's nothing Razorcomb can do unless we see a crazy clutch play here, and misses a shot, and instead Gentile gets the crossfire.
Yeah, if you notice that 3 of the players on Znation were alive. One was going through the vents, one was coming through the left door, the other was coming through the right door. So either way, when they were able to set up, it was done for Ice for that round.
It's 3-1, still able to be done. We're going to see Wasili here on the camera.
Yeah, we saw it be done by Znation last round. When they were down 5-2, they came back and took that set. So,
oh wow, kills going off back and forth. First you start off with the nades, and then you go on with the crossfire. Except this time around, some nades are left, and now it's in a matter of 30 seconds. This game is down to just 3 people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 2v1, another bad situation. I'm seeing this. Znation's map choice, they are definitely confident. They always have the upper hand in manpower, and they ended up taking this round as well.
I would have to say, you know, Ice Esports have to play it a little slower. You don't have to constantly push up that much. You know for a fact that Znation are going to be throwing nades and applying pressure and being aggressive. Let those nades go in and shoot into the smoke. Pretend like you're doing something. Meanwhile, you know, you shouldn't allow these picks right off the bat like this. Yeah. That's 3 kills immediately. Not even 30 seconds left. Razorcone and Fellicone trying to get some picks as well, but they go down, and it's just Wasili versus 3 people. You don't. you don't want to give this much pressure and this many things to do to your last remaining person, right?
Yeah, well, Fellercoin did try. He did take 2 people with him. However, the rest of the team just gets picked off, and Wasily left alone against 3 guys.
I mean, like, he's going to get the bomb planted, but it was hard to do it 1v2. I don't expect it to be done 1v3. Smoke down, cover one of the doors, and now he's going to try to rotate around, see if there's any flanks, and he does get spotted, and he gets shot again by Raiden. See this long-range shot between each other, it's hard to do.
Yeah, Raiden with 9 kills this first half, and it's going to be Znation 5, Ice Esports Club 1 round. However, it's still able to be done because they will be switching sides, and I'm hoping that Ice will play better or is more confident on the blue side.
Yeah, get that reverse sweep. Just like before in the last map in Midtown, we could see it happening again here, except on Ice side. Let's see if that... You know, they don't really look all that confident, though.
Well, you never know, because all these 4 teams are in the semifinals, and I'm hoping that their mentality is stronger than the other teams, you know, the newer teams or, you know, the rookie teams. So, you know, Ice, they shouldn't give up. They have a chance. It happened with the map they chose. Znation was able to come back with a 5-2 3-round difference, and they were able to take the win. And if they are able to, you know, keep it steady and take the win here on Stormtube when they're down 4 rounds, that'll make it so much better and hype the crowd.
You're talking about that rubber band effect, you know, of Brazil, which is another sad story. I don't want to get into it again because if they had won it 10-1 instead of 10-2 or 10-3, they would be up here instead of Ice. But let's not talk about that. We do get to see some opening frags onto Znation this time, definitely showing that the CT4 side is just a hammer onto the nail that is Free Rebels.
All right, so that 1 man down for Ice and 4 man alive, and they take out all of Znation.
That is a message being sent across to Russia and being like, hey, whoa, we're pretty strong on CT4s as well. So let's see how that's going to go. The scoreboard is different. It says 6-1, but it actually should be 5-2. Don't you worry, they will fix that very soon. And Razorcone getting double kill in the beginning, and he's going to get answered back by Westiana and Gentile. So it's a 3v3 now, and now they're going to play a little bit slower. Nades are still available. However, Fellercoin does not need one. He gets a headshot instead. However, Gentile gets that repercussion right into their face. Znation not allowing another round given to Ice Esports.
Yeah, early win for Znation on the Free Rebel side. That may start to take effect and making Ice tilt on the blue side. They took the first round, that was good. And Znation, it says 7-1, but it should be 6-2.
So it is still able to be done. It's not all out. Razorcone getting that initial headshot. No, not the headshot. Fellercoin gets the headshot, but they get the first 2 kills. They are up 1 man. Gentile killing off Razorcone, the new guy. And now it's a 3v3 with Gentile. Wasily answering back. It's just going back and forth, and it's so close. Wasily getting a double kill, and now it's just 1 man alive for Znation, and he's going to be cleaned up.
Yeah, it definitely, the CT4 side is able to get into position first and wait for the Free Rebels to come. So this is showing that, you know, Free Rebels gets picked off, which, you know, that's how they start. And they are, it shows if your team is able to snowball that, or if not, if you get picked off, that's when you lose that round.
You have to just charge into it. Now it's back to 6-3.
No, it's 7-2.
No, it's,
but
it's 6-3.
It should be 6-3.
So don't you worry. A headshot coming out from Razorcone. Now we notice that Ice doesn't really get a lot of nade kills compared to Znation when they were on that side. And John K getting a headshot in return, but Nighthawk getting a double with a triple. Ooh. And Fellercoin adding to that tally as well. Now it looks like Ice Esports is just on a rampage. They have this momentum like a wrecking ball that wasn't seen from Znation's side, so it can go anywhere at this point.
Yeah. Well, the scoreboard, I hope they fix it. It's kind of...
There we go. Now it's 6-3.
Yeah, it should be 6-4.
Yeah, there we go. Good job.
Thank you.
And, right, some damage being done on the Gentile, but Nighthawk also taking some damage on his own. He's going to try to stay alive and allow his teammates to go forward in front of him and try to get those crossfires. Be Quiet shooting down the corridor, not getting any shots connected, and then we get to see Johnny trading off with Razorcone, Fellercoin, and Be Quiet also cleaning up and avenging his brother's death. Now Wasily also getting one from that far range. Yet again, Raiden is going to go down. Now it's just Johnny left.
Yeah, alone with 8 health. Is he going to be able to take out 3 man? No, he won't be able to.
This is incredible. The amount of speed and power coming out from this Turkey side is pretty unheard of.
Yeah, it's 6-5 now.
Yeah, this is exactly the opposite situation that we saw. Ice just needs to win 2 more rounds, which is completely able to be done. And we will be going into a best of 3, the 3rd round, or the 3rd set for that matter. Raiden trying to get the long-range picks, shooting some barrels, shooting some paint buckets.
Yeah, this last round, nobody is hitting the early picks, but Razor Cone is taken down. However,
it's 2
Johnny
for
and
1
the
trade.
And Westiana.
And now it's just going to be Raiden and John K trying to even it up. It's a 2v2. Be quiet, taking some health. He's still alive, though, and that's all that matters.
All right, it's 2v2. It is able to be done.
Oh, no. Raiden gets that kill, and now it's a 2v1. All they have to do is plant the bomb. You don't have to go for the eliminations. Just plant and let him come to you. Nighthawk trying to get into position, trying to see where they're going to plant it.
It seems as if they're going to plant it on the train. But they're being very cautious because they don't want to get picked. This map is... It feels simple, but there's so many obstacles, so many pillars, so you can be they can be hiding anywhere. And
the bomb has been planted onto the train. Now it's going to move closer to Nighthawk. Nighthawk has expected this, and he's going to try to get into position, but Raiden spots him out and gets that headshot. Great play. Now we get to see Znation feeling very comfortable.
Yeah. Well, the match is over. Znation 7, Ice 5.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And Znation takes 2 wins in a row out of the best out of 3. So this match is won, and it goes to Znation. And they will be moving up into the finals.
Exactly. So we get to see Turkey play for get a spot for that 3rd and 4th place match. And we will find out who they are going to play, because right after this, we will see Indonesia versus Thailand, Signature versus Endeavor. Now, we expected this match to go to all 3. Actually, I expected it to go to all 3
I agree
matches. Yeah, but instead, Znation showing a very prominent presence and saying, no, we are actually extremely good. And you know they shut us up.
Yeah,
I expected them to be not as good as they were, because they didn't have the right matches to prove themselves. They played against America and Europe and Peru, but just goes to show they are actually that good.
Yeah, I actually had the same thought as you. However, when they took the map in Midtown, the map that Ice Esports chose, and they were able to come back and take the win, I was like, all right, Znation, I approve.
Right, they feel young, they feel confident, and that's all you need. I mean, like, what comes with youth is, you know, the idea that you could take anything. You could, like, just bring it on and we'll be able to do it. And not just that, they're also very careful and cautious and very surgical with their approaches. It was very good to see Znation, a fresh breath of air, and I'm excited to see how they're going to do in the finals.
Yeah, so what's our next matchup? It's Thailand
versus Indonesia, Endeavor and Signature. That will be our next best of 3. Before we go there, we will take a quick break, so we will see you guys very soon.